Hi everyone, it's Stephanie and I am coming to you from a little bit of a different place than normal. This is my home. I'd love to call it a studio, but it's basically like an office slash craft room slash catch-all. And I am going to try a little something different. We want to come to you with a checkup, a monthly checkup for our Goal Getter series that we launched in December. And because it's going to be the end of the month, I needed to do it now. But I find it a little ironic because I'm on day 6 of the flu. So I'm coming to you with this wellness update, but I'm not well. Anyway, I like the vlog, the video blog kind of platform because it's pretty authentic. It's honestly just me sitting in front of this camera, of course with the Diva light, just talking to you about my journey. Just some girlfriends chatting. Let me start off. Let's talk about the Goal Getter series. Is a 3-part video series that Hannah and I released in December. And we got really personal and shared our goals for this 2018 year. In choosing what to share, I decided to just go all in. I'm talking, here's what I want to do. I want to lose weight. It's not just about weight for me, it's about a wellness journey, but part of it is losing weight. And I thought, do I want to talk to people about how much I want to lose? Do I want to hide every little part that has my weight on there? And honestly, I don't. It's just a number. It doesn't define me, whether it's in private or whether it's out in the public. So, if you don't like that, I'm very, very sorry. But I want to be all out there. But I guess it's vulnerable, and I'm okay being vulnerable because this is a part of my journey. So this was in like mid-December. So I did a weigh-in and I was really specific about what I wanted to do. So here's the check-in for me. December was a soft launch. And I did a weigh-in to just kind of check in and see where I was at. And then, I mean, come on, you guys, it was the holidays, right? So I did that initial weigh-in, and then I didn't check the scale. I enjoyed my family, but I tried to practice moderation. I didn't get out and exercise at that point. I was busy. We had something going on all the time. So I didn't beat myself up about it. I just made better choices, and I enjoyed a treat or so here. I had a little glass of champagne, but I didn't like let myself go wild. So I didn't weigh myself again until January 3rd, which was kind of like my reboot. So January 3rd, in that period of time, I celebrated a lot of great tiny victories, and that was important for me. So in that time period, I lost about 2 pounds, which can I just get a little applause for myself there? Because losing weight during the holidays never happens for me. It's always a gain. So huge victory. Yes, it was on the scale, but I celebrated that and I was very proud. So a little bit of insight about me is that I am an all or nothing person. I'm a recovering perfectionist, and living in moderation or not living in black and white, all or nothing, is really hard for me. When I'm in something, I can be obsessive. Anyone who knows me knows that. And then when I'm off or I'm doing the other thing, I'm completely on that side. So that's not the most helpful type of lifestyle for me. And I realized that it's all about control for me. Control freak who? Anyway, that's the journey that I'm on. Yes, this is a wellness journey, but for me, I've struggled with my weight and I guess even the perception of having a weight problem my whole life, even when I didn't. And so of course I've been on every diet. I've taken so many classes, nutrition. I've been everywhere, learned everything, and yet I'm still struggling with it. So my revelation has been that it's up here. It's not what I don't know or what I need to learn or what I don't need to do. It's changing the conversation I have with myself, and it's changing the narrative to a positive one, because those voices that are up here telling you either, oh my God, yeah, you had all these things, you know, there's this one thing on this list that you didn't do. I conquered all the rest of them, but that one thing, no, you didn't exercise 5 times a week, loser. That goes on in my head. I don't know if it goes on for you, but it goes on in my head. And then even though the more practical voice, the one I know is right, could be talking, I'm listening to this guy. And that's powerful. But the great news is that it's powerful the other way. You can change the conversations that you have with yourself so that you start to believe the positive and you celebrate those victories. So the way I've learned to check in now is yes, I track the physical markers like weight or measurements or my cholesterol counts or some of those tests that I need to be aware of. But I'm asking myself deeper questions. I'm asking myself things like, what did you gain this month? And, tell yourself all the things that you did great. What feels good? What are you proud of? And then I have, I guess, the confidence to go in and look at all the things that I need to maybe adjust. Okay, so let's go back to January. Over the holidays, that soft launch that I had great successes I'm super proud of. January came and I set some pretty big goals, I guess. So today, like I shared in the Goal Getter series, I have our wellness extension pack in the back of my planner. And this is how I set it up is I did the work pages or the workbook pages in the front where I talk about centering my soul. I wrote the letter to myself, and then I printed out this motivational picture that is me, not some airbrushed bikini model, but me when I felt healthy and really proud. And then at the beginning of my month, I set the goals. I used this worksheet to set my goals. My goals for January were lose 8 pounds the healthy way, no alcohol, have 8 to 10 glasses of water each day, and walk 4 to 6 times each week. And then I put a picture of my honey and I when we were looking really healthy. My update is that I've lost 7 pounds this month. So that's a total of 9 pounds since I started, which I think is great. I'm super proud of. But more importantly, I have celebrated a ton of small victories. And when I go through my month with you, you'll see exercising is something. I'm not a huge gym person. I love being outside. I love walking. But, when you're out of shape, nobody loves walking. Nobody loves exercising when you're out of shape. So that first couple weeks, those hurdles of I want to love exercise again, check that off the list. I love being out there. And so I worked those first couple weeks of getting myself to eat healthier and getting out there and walking, even when I didn't want to, even when it didn't feel good. And so I started to develop those good, healthy habits. Also worth noting is that the first 2 weeks, I really tracked my food. I used my MyFitnessPal to track my food just so I can feel again what healthy portions are, what it feels like to kind of be eating what I should be eating, and then I ditched it. So I didn't want it to be a crutch, and I definitely didn't want it to be an obsession. So I did that for a couple weeks. That worked great. And then I was super proud of myself again for being able to do that. So do you see what I'm doing here? I'm praising myself. It feels a little weird because I'm not used to that, but I'm praising myself for the small victories and not looking at what wasn't perfect. So every time I do something that I'm proud of, I'm saying it and not being ashamed of it. I also, this whole month, starting from January 3rd, I've had no alcohol, but in addition to that, I have given up coffee and diet sodas. Diet Coke was a huge one for me because I have some other issues internally that I thought might be helped by that, and it's made a huge difference. So here we go. I'm chugging along. I'm doing such a great job and making some progress, and then it rains. And I'm like, oh, I really want to walk, and how am I going to do this? I don't want to go to the gym. Is this going to derail me? No. We let those couple days of rain go by, and I had that small victory. Yay me. Then I have CHA. Actually, it's called Creativation now. And when I travel, which now I do a lot, kind of have always used it as like an excuse to do whatever. And I can have wine when I want, and I don't have to eat healthy because of course I wouldn't work out because I'm traveling and I'm tired. But when you start traveling as much as I have lately, then everything becomes that. And this wasn't a vacation. This is a work show. So I geared myself up mentally and prepared for what a healthy business trip would look like. And I had fun. I went with my coworkers and my family to the gym. I made good, healthy choices on the road, and I was really, really proud of myself for that. So you can see that I'm having some of these things come in, and January wasn't that easy. So I come back home and I'm back into walking and eating well, feel really good, and then boom, this hits. And I get sick, like really sick, and this is day 6. I haven't worked out at all. I hadn't really been able to eat that healthy or get out at all. Kind of derailed me, and those voices started to come back. But I'm happy to tell you that I have not given into that, and I'm really excited about where I'm at. All right, this is my monthly view, and I use my monthly view to track my weight, to track just to give me an overview of when and how many times I'm exercising. I track when I take my blood pressure with a little heart sticker. I use that on an app, but those are on there, and I track my goals. So, and the little pink stickers that you see, little pink star stickers, are for, it's like giving myself a gold star when I have no alcohol that day. And so anyway, so I use that, and I love that because I can take a look. It's like a chore chart almost, and I love that. So I love doing that. And then what I do too is I weigh myself on Sundays unless I'm not there. And so I wrote down the goal that I'd like to be at, kind of like a benchmark. And then I wrote down my actual weight. Okay, and then each week, you'll be able to tell too, like each week I changed things up a little bit. I either used a habit tracker, I didn't. And then up at the top, and I'm looking at the screen, but up at the top and down here are Runkeeper and Fitbit. And I print these out, and I'll post a little something in here to show you how I do that too. This is the way I track my activity, and you'll see this change too, because first I thought I was gonna like having the exercise up here first, but then I don't know why. And so you can see here, this week I was tracking my calorie deficit. That's when I was tracking everything that I put in my mouth. This is the week that had rain, but the journaling's really helped me. This week is creativation, and it shows, I have my journaling on how I did on the road. I took this with me this week. I'm just sick, so I didn't want to record my Fitbit. I didn't want to, obviously I wasn't working out. And I just journaled about my feelings. And I know that sounds really strange, but it was important to me to acknowledge what was going on in my head and to change that narrative. It really helps to journal those things out. Tomorrow, I will do this, which is going to be my February goals month. And I'm going to take a look at what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and I'll set some new goals for myself, and I'll start fresh. So I'm not behind a pound. That's what I want to, I think, acknowledge, is that I'm not behind a pound because, oh my gosh, I finished off 7 pounds down instead of 8. Forget it. You did a great job. You really I dealt with the things that were thrown my way, and I made good decisions, or if I didn't, I kind of thought about it and reflected on it. And I think that's all you can do. So let me give you a little quick screen tutorial that I did to show you how to capture those little squares that I use as a recap for my day on Fitbit and on Runkeeper. Okay, so I'm going to show you a really quick way that you can save your progress from Runkeeper and Fitbit. So down here at the bottom, I have my Fitbit and my Runkeeper apps. I'm going to open up Fitbit. And here is an example of a day that at the very end of the day, actually I do it the next day, that I want to save and add to my planner. So up here in the top right corner, right underneath the little, what looks like a contact card, there's a square with an arrow. That is a share button. And right here is where it brings up this screen, and you can decide what you want it to look like, what color.
If you want to add a photo, click on this thing with the pink. You can add a photo from your workout or your day. And then after I choose the look I want, I'm going to click share, click next, and then share elsewhere down here at the bottom underneath post. Now let's try it with Runkeeper. I open the app, say no to that, and then instead of tracking my walk, I'm going to go down to the bottom left corner where it says me, find right here where you have activities, choose the workout, and then I say share up in the upper right hand corner, and you can choose a photo or a map or the graphic, which is what I like. I save it to the camera roll.
Okay guys, thank you so much. This was my first vlog, and we'll see how it goes. I'm sure things will change. I really like it. Hannah's gonna be doing one tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here with me and letting me be vulnerable and open up. I appreciate, I just appreciate it. And I'm so thankful for this planner community. And thank you for also putting up with the nasally stuff that you got going on. And I promise, I'm not contagious. Go out there and crush your goals. And until next time, I'll be back here with the vlog and hopefully with a much clearer voice. Thanks again.